am going live via YouTube. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm going live via YouTube. I woke up this morning. My Facebook page is down. My email was down. A lot of stuff and content that I had built up was just gone. I know it's just the devil is a liar, and we always want to attribute a lot of stuff to the enemy, but he is the prince of the power of the air. So, all these wavelengths that we do, if you notice when you pick up your phone and you talk, you can say something specifically clear on your phone and it will be miscommunicated. And if you're not careful and you send it, individuals will think that you have cursed them out or said something foul, and you can destroy a relationship. And that is the intent of that computer that is in here. That's why when you type in important information, you will find that it says, check right here to say, I am not a robot. So robots and things that are put in place by people, and the people that put them in place sometimes make sure that some of your words are misconstrued. That was just for free. But let me go real quick because I have like 15 minutes before we get on a church conference call with our bishop. And I just wanted to give you guys an update. Last night we had prayer at 6 o'clock. Now, we only have 4 participants, and I'm not upset about having 4 participants, but what amazes me is that we want a cure and we want some things to change, but we don't want to put in the time to change those things. Some of us are still going around ignorant, not doing anything different. Don't get me wrong, a lot of my posts talk about not having fear. But if your faith is not on that level to not have fear, you better walk in what you know to walk in. One of those things that you have to practice doing is cleaning and sanitizing things that you haven't done because you've been busy at work. Then you need to go and wash sheets, blankets, pillowcases, couch covers. I've got another load I wash every day for the last 4 days. I've got a load of pillows in the washer right now from my couch. And I have changed and I put a bottom thing fresh and clean on my couch to sit on. And at not until after I had took some peroxide and wiped everything down. A lot of you don't know peroxide is much better than bleach. It is less toxic and it gets clothes cleaner. So if you have whites and you want to get your whites really white, just take like a quarter cup of peroxide and put in it, and it will do amazingly. Especially, it's better than that cheap bleach. And I know I won't have any participant but me, because I am not a YouTube channel person that has a lot of YouTube subscribers. But I do want to give you an update, and I've got like 8 more minutes before we have our conference call for our church. But I did want to update you on a few things regarding our stimulus package. Our stimulus package was signed by the president on yesterday. And I did want to let you know that here's some FYI information that we need to know and that we need to keep in mind. That 20 to from the ages of 20 to 54, 40% of the hospitalizations right now are people that are aged 20 to 54. I know that's a broad spectrum, and we don't want young people to be really, really taking advantage of being young and thinking it doesn't affect you, because there are a lot of young people that are being affected as well. But that is very broad. That's a 34-year span. So I would suggest that they do statistics maybe from the age of 18 to 35, something like that, to have a better report. Also, keep in mind that 80% of the deaths are from people that are 65 years of age or older. And I want you to take care of your elderly, take care of your loved ones that are elderly. Make sure that somebody's checking on loved ones that live by themselves and don't have anyone to take care of them. I have a spiritual daughter. Her name is Erica, and she takes care of her grandmother and her convalescent auntie. Her auntie is not able to move out of the bed at the current time. So she makes sure they eat. She makes sure she hand sanitizes. She makes sure she has gloves when she's in and out. She makes sure she cleans herself. So I want to tell you also some things you can do at home. Um, get your humidifiers going, guys. Get some there's things you can drop into your humidifier that will give that mentholatum thing that cleanses the air, and it's only going to help you to have your air cleansed in your house, things that we normally don't do unless we're asthmatic. Well, I have my humidifier going, and I am very conscious of making sure that I keep water in it and keep it going. Those are things that I had not been doing. Also, I want to tell you, this is a time that I have cooked more than I've ever cooked, because I believe it is more protective for us to cook our own foods and to eat at home as much as possible. Not to, I mean, if you're going to get something, a drink, you can get a drink from somewhere. They have straws that you can take the paper off the straw and it is not contaminated. So if you still like your caramel frappes like me, and you want to go and get you a caramel frappe, then by all means. But know this, that at some restaurants, even though you have gloves on, people will go and open a door with gloves. They'll go and use the bathroom with gloves without changing them. They'll touch their face without realizing that they have gloves on. And also, note this, guys. When you come in from the outside and you have gloves on and you have worked with the public, make sure you go right to the trash can and throw them gloves away. Don't bring outdoor germs in the house. Those are things you can do. Continue to wipe down your counters, sanitize your doorknobs, sanitize your toilet knobs. Those are things that we just neglect. But I want really quickly, because I got 4 more minutes, to tell you the importance of prayer. There were more Nigerians on the prayer line than Americans. As a matter of fact, I probably was the only American. And for me putting it on Facebook and having you guys to know that we were going to have prayer at 6, I just want to make sure that you know this is something that you can contribute. You say, how can I help during the coronavirus? Well, you can pray. You don't have to participate in the fasting part of it, but pray. Get on prayer lines. Get involved with prayer. There are so many people that are offering opportunities for us to get on prayer lines and to pray. And we can pray for our nations all together as one community. From the east, the south, the north, the west, no matter where you are in the country. Another thing I wanted to mention, make sure that you pay attention to signs. I got my old wig on, you guys, so I am doing a little better today. I was talking about my hair so bad, I made myself feel bad. I said, oh my God, I need to do something different. So, anyway, this is some of the symptoms you look for. There's a fever that's associated with it. You can become nauseous. If you have asthma, it is worse. It makes it harder for you to breathe. There was a young lady. She was probably in her 30s. I know she had to be less than 45, but she was had 2 children, and she said she didn't realize how hard it would be just to talk, how much pain. She was vomiting blood. She was coughing blood. Her heart rate was 156 beats, and she also had symptoms of just excruciating pain. And she said she was going through her Facebook. And one thing I noted that she said is that she had to she was feeling like giving up. So she was looking at her children's pictures and things like that. And this was on ABC News. But as she looked at her children's pictures, she decided, you know what? I had to remind myself, and this were her words, of who I am and whose I am. And as she was giving this testimony, she's totally healed, totally free, no sickness at all. God can bring you out of this, and it is not a sickness unto death. Amen. For everyone. So I just wanted to say that thing. A lot of people are finding out they have pneumonia in both their lungs, and they're finding out at a late time. So let's practice prevention. If you have any symptoms, then stay at home. Do not, when I say stay at home, I mean don't go to work. Do not pass those symptoms along, even if you think, oh, it's just a slight fever, it's just a slight sore throat, or I'm just coughing a little bit. At least remove yourself from the public. I want to say shout out to Liberty College. A lot of people think even the governor of that state that Liberty College is at, it is a Christian college or university, and they decided to open their doors to students, and I commend them on that, because they had a lot of students that were stuck here from other countries, and they needed to provide residence for them. So these students now are at their dorm rooms. They are still practicing social distancing, and they're doing classes online, but they have opened up their college to the students at Liberty College. So the last thing I want to say, got one more minute. I'm getting ready to get on our conference call and be obedient to those that have rule over me. And the last thing I want to say is get on the prayer line tonight, 6 p.m. You don't have to participate on the fast to pray. In Nigeria, it is at 11 p.m. In Kenya, it is at 2 a.m. I will be on live as soon as I get my Facebook back up and running, but it won't be until after I get off this conference call. But I want to say, guys, thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for being safe. Thanks for listening to some of the things that I say that may sound controversial, but it's best to get some things out there, because sometimes we don't know, and we don't know unless somebody is there to inform us. God bless you, and we will talk really soon. Take care. Bye.